Alright, as promised, we are going to have an attempt at a listener puzzle. Can you see this on screen? Let's hope so. Alright, I have barely looked at this. This was recommended to me by Mr. Tim King, who is a setter of hard puzzles like this. Usually his puzzles end up needing you to cut them out and turn them into like a Rubik's Cube or something even worse than that. He's pretty crazy. He's called Encoder, and yeah, a very good setter. Anyway, he said this was one of the highlights of the listener, which I've been neglecting of late. One of the highlights of this year's listener puzzles. So I'm going to have a go and see what to do. If it's a highlight for him, it's probably really hard and devious. I don't expect to get very far with this, but we'll see how far we do get. So let's have a look. We need to read the rules because the rubric of these things is always super complicated. Clues are given in the normal order, well that's good. Down entries, numbers and horizontal bars are not shown, oh no, and must not be added, okay. Several cells must contain two letters, separated by a diagonal line, oriented accordingly, blah blah blah. Taking one letter from each two-letter cell, row by row, gives the start of a historic message whose next two words, a location, appear in rows of the grid. Each clue to a normal entry contains an extra word that must be removed before solving. These words suggest the means of transmission. Solvers must decode the grid according to that. Oh my god. Deriving one letter from each row, resolving an earlier ambiguity, and entering it in the column on the right to show part of the quarry's description. Finally, because that wasn't enough, a letter must be changed, making a real word so that a triangular group of one-letter cells contains the jumbled 6 letters of the culprit's name. The Chambers Dictionary is a primary reference. The last clue is in the OED, though. Okay, well, I'm probably not going to get that far. So there's a lot going on here. Looks like the across clues are fairly straightforward. The down clues could go anywhere, but... okay, so one across definitely is not a normal clue because there's only 6 spaces at one across and we have a 9-letter clue. Black eye after back in bat. Shiner, black eye, back in bat is probably T. I do not know what's going on here. Drove husband east behind ancient weapons point. I think husband east would be H-E. This also has got some double letters in it because it's for... Have we got any normal clues? 3 looks like a normal clue. Wheat planting country being cropped. One of these letters must be removed. One of these words must be removed. Each clue to a normal entry contains an extra word that must be removed before solving. These words suggest the means of transmission. So it could be like wheat needs to be removed or plant needs to be removed. Country being cropped. It feels like it's going to be a 5-letter word for country with the letter taken out. Plant or wheat. Yeah, I don't know. 4 across, not a normal clue. They stick out on board. An anagram of they stick. Hick, they stick. Let's see if... Tickethies. Thickies. They stick out on board. Titchkeys? Titchkeys. No, I'm not sure what this is. Late transport, almost stuck in concrete. That's a performance before the big day. Alright, finally a clue I understand immediately. So late transport is a hearse, almost is hers. Hearse minus E, stuck in concrete is real. So 5 across is rehearsal. We are going to need to modify that somehow. So, something like this. But they could be anywhere. So, oh dear. Alright, 6. Slur the first shooter to plug decoy. Again, there's some strange things going on there. 7. Smuggled whole lot of things breaking complex codes. Complex codes, probably an anagram of codes. So a whole lot of thing is a 3-letter word for a whole lot of things. All. Smuggled, so-called. No. Smuggled. Shooched. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to end with ED then. Alright, 8 across. Before forecast, hours lost from the winter month. December, January, February. I think hours lost would be H out of something, or hours lost from the, that could be TE. Before forecast, winter month. It's going to be like a Hebrew winter month, but it's going to end up being that. Those are often tough to work out. 9 across a normal clue, but it's very complicated to understand what's going on here. It says plum stone, but plum, open brackets, B question mark? Stone. Blimey. 10 across, lake possibly beginning to saturate herbs. I mean, beginning to saturate seems like an S. 11 across, fruit trees in lines releasing nitrogens, that could be LIES, and blue bottle intrudes. So blue bottle could be obviously the fly, it could be a copper, something like that. Lines, so it could be limes, no. Functional range of fish over the sea. Small figure of tailless dog bearing earlier body art. It's a small figure. Alright, 14 across. Switch halves of rules set in interwar style. Interwar style. 15 across. Maybe tell gambler's partner to discard 2 spades. Well, 2 spades is 2 S's. Gambler's partner would be something with 2 S's in. Maybe a tell. Oh, what's a gambler's partner? Alright, 6 across. Rats in loco. Detective taken back and passed over. Okay, that's like an anagram of rats in, so it could be like transit. Detective reversed could easily be decked reversed is Ted, so transited. And again, we do not exactly know what's going on here, but there will be some cells that contain 2 letters. Deary deary me. Alright, 1 down. Nicked English wine. It's 5 letters. Probably not going to be removing a clue though. Not going to be removing a word. There's not enough words in there. Nicked could be stole. English red. 2 down, perhaps 2 down. 1 inferior to Australian declared passé. Oh, Australian. Rue. Joey. Gangs of New York's trash inferior to bones. Four down. Exploit touch screen's regular features. Well, every 3rd letter of touch screen is use. USE. The 3rd, the 6th, and the 9th letter. So that could be here. We don't know for sure if it's here. It could be 4 down because it is the 4th clue. So it's going to be here or somewhere around here. Five down. Sign up Scottish comedian to Sky. Enroll. Sign up. Scottish comedian. Billy Connolly. Oh, hello, there's some people watching now. Oh dear. Seeing me not able to make much headway in this one. Characters needle by insults. Only superficially. Ah. I think that'd be something like news. But why? Needle by insults only superficially. Officially. Alright, next one. In Perth, destroy. Okay, we want an Australian or a Scottish word for destroy. New ball, not getting caught. So we're going to take C out of something, probably. Clue number 7. Slate, American Indian music. That seems like it would be raga. Rag could be slate, like to tease or kid. So what number of clue is that? Is that the 7th clue? It's the 8th clue, so it would probably be down here somewhere. And that would kind of work with the R of rehearsal. Interesting. I have to take my glasses off for this one. My eyesight is now twofold. I can see closely without my glasses. I can see far away with my glasses. Never the twain shall meet. Alright, the next one down. Wide fast, but we have openers dismissed. Oh, wait a minute. Raga can't be like that because... Yeah, but I don't know why I put it down there. Oh no. It's got to be somewhere, but it's going to be one of those crazy clues with... We didn't take anything out, so it's got to be entered with in fewer than 4 cells, so it probably isn't there at all. Okay, erase that. Erase that madness. Back to the pen. This is the hardest thing on the iPad, is remembering how to move between pen and eraser. Alright, next one. Wide fast, but we have openers dismissed. So openers dismissed, we take off the first letter of various things. If we take off the first letter of fast but we get astute. Does that mean wide? I don't see how particularly. Wide fast, but we have astute. Okay, well I guess wide could be astute. I don't know any better. Next one down. Set text charms. Rounded projection of lidless eyeballs, say. So I want that to be like OG. Isn't OG a type of moulding? Maybe a rounded projection, or ogle. Maybe that means eyeball. I don't really see how it fits together. Rounded projection. Does this imply that astute is going to be a word that... I didn't take anything out of that clue, so it should fit somewhere. I don't see where it's going to fit. Obviously, there's no T in rehearsal, so that's really strange. Okay. Measure a volume of sound from various directions. Decibel. Symbol 1 being a note at end of echo. Being exposed, one might run this government on gossip once given power. Being exposed, one might run this government, that could be G. On gossip, gas. Gossip once though. Power could be P. Alright, earth with extermination of last of bird and fish. So we take the last letter of bird, that's a D out of something that means earth, and we would get a fish. Not immediately coming to me. Protozoan name assumes geologic period abruptly ended. So N could be a name. Geologic period, a Triassic protozoan. I mean, there are probably a lot of interesting protozoan words out there, but I don't know. I don't immediately think of one. Alright, accordingly, going up to railway carriage, revealing code word. Ergo? Accordingly, so? Oscar. So going up to a car, being a code word, Oscar. It's got to be somewhere down in the bottom half of the grid, like somewhere here, because it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom. Because there's at least one, oh no, it could go all the way down to the bottom. Because even though there's a 6-letter clue, as we know, some of these answers can appear in 2 different cells, in fewer cells than the number of letters. Blimey. Wouldn't it be lovely if Oscar was like here or something? That would be great. But it couldn't be there, but it could be there. Because it could be T and then R and then... So somewhere down here maybe we could have an Oscar. Oh, I'm terrified already. Okay. Old ladies perhaps entertaining posh speakers. Posh is often you. Mums, old ladies, mamas, malmas. So old ladies could be, of course, Olus. Entertaining posh, entertaining you. Alright. Join across base of telegraph metal. You think base of telegraph would be H? Join. 4-letter metal with an H in it. Solar disk suppressed when sun disappears. This suppressed seems like you take an O out of something. When does the sun disappear? At dusk? Oh dear, this is very worrying. Very worrying indeed. Alright. Black eye after backing back. Drove husband east. Smuggled. Whole lot of things. That would be a good one to get. Smuggled. S-C-O. Scotched. Smuggled. Maybe I should have started with a slightly easier listener rather than the one that people are telling me, oh my goodness, this is the toughest one we've had in a while. It's very hard to make headway. Rehearsal and transited are our best hopes. Rehearsal probably a better hope because that might actually cross. It might not cross with anything though because things are not going all the way down to the bottom. But supposing nicked English wine was really a 5-letter clue, which I think it... No, it can't be. It can't be because if we take a word out, there's not enough clue left. English wine could be E port, E red, E tent. Or of course the answer could be a wine, nicked English. Two down. One inferior to Australian, declared passé. What if use is there? That would imply there ought to be a U in the... Well, it would be amazing if use was there and then there would be an S at the beginning of 3 across. So that would be a country being cropped, a country with an S in it. Ah. It could be Spain. If wheat was S-P-A-I. Does that seem likely? I don't think so. A stick out on board. Maybe we have to really hope that this is an anagram and keep pushing at it. Tickethies. He's sticky. The sticky. No, it's not the sticky. Key stitch. Stitch key. Kitchies. They stick out. Thick. Thick setty. Oh, I need to get bifocals, I think. I think that would solve many of my problems. drove husband east behind ancient weapons put. I do worry that I'm not going to get very far with this, and I'll have to go away and cogitate over it and then come back again. I don't mean go away and cheat, that's what it sounds like, isn't it? But yeah, sometimes you need to have a breakthrough in one of these and go, oh my goodness. Then you start to make some actual progress that is video worthy. Okay, slur the first shooter. Plug decoy. Who was the first shooter? Was it Kane? He didn't really shoot Abel though, did he? Decoy fake. Lure. Slur the first shooter. Ligature. Ooh. So the first is one, perhaps. Shooter is a gat. We put one gat into lure, we do get ligature. So that is something. Let's go back to this. Unfortunately, still absolute madness in this row. So almost anything could actually be happening there, but some of those letters will be in this row. We need to get some crosses and downs. Ooh. Hello, I'm doing a listener. You've got to help me because I'm absolutely not up to this, I don't think. It's great. I have, obviously there is a time limit on this stream, so if I leave, it's not because I've just panicked and said I can't do this, it's because the time has run out. But based on my first pass, I'm not optimistic about being able to get through this effectively. So yeah, one down. Nicked English wine. 5 letters. No, still don't know that. 2 down. One inferior to Australian. Declared passé. Passé. What is inferior to an Australian? Surely. Oh yeah, I certainly can. So yeah, I mean it doesn't really matter that you can't see the grid so much because nothing intersects with anything else, at least to start with. Yeah. So there are wrinkles with this. So in some of the clues we have to remove a word, but only clues that are entered normally. So for instance, one across appears to be a 9-letter answer, but it fits into a 6 letters on the grid. So assume that's not a normal clue. So we can't remove a word from that. But yeah, 9 letters for black eye after back in bat. I think it'd be a word for black. Or a word for black eye. Eye after back in bat. Could be a pipistrelle, something like that, that kind of bat. Black eye, be something after back end. Be eye, be peeper, be. Yeah, this is going to be upsetting. So 3 across should have a word removed. It does appear to be a 4-letter answer in a 4-letter slot. It says wheat plant in country being cropped. I had at least 20% chance of that being a S or containing an S, I would say. So could be Spain. What happened to all the hair? Oh, well, the hair is still here, but I trimmed off my beard a bit, which may have been a mistake. I don't know. I didn't want to trim it off. I just had a bit of a hank, and I took a bit off, and I was like, oh, I've got to even it up, and then one thing leads to another. You end up with no beard, feeling very cold. So here's one that maybe you can help me with. I think they stick out on board. Could this be an anagram of they stick? And if so, what would it be? Hitch keys, titch keys. What are titch keys? They stick out. Consult the dictionary here. you know, there's a nobility to doing these puzzles without looking things up in the dictionary, but sometimes, this doesn't make good. don't think there is an anagram of Titchkes, is what I find. You stick out on board. Yeah, I don't know. So as you can see, I've got some of these across clues, which is nice. But the problem is we don't know which letters of the grid have which cells of the grid have two letters in, and we don't really know where the down clues go, so it doesn't help an awful lot. But you know, for instance, if I did find a clue that was leading down, beginning with ST, I would be hallelujah. This is amazing. It seems vanishingly unlikely that is actually what is going on here. 9 across is a normal clue. Maybe you can put some thought into this. So it's 4 letters. It's a straightforward clue as far as I can tell. I mean, if you subtracted a word from that clue, there wouldn't be anything left. And it is plum, open brackets, B, stone. Plum with a B, stone. I don't really know what that's aiming for. Plum is good, top quality. I don't know. Why plum or plum? I guess it's plum or plum. Ten across. Lake possibly beginning to saturate herbs. Kind of want that to be Veronica. Oh, Veronica Lake plus S. Veronicas. Okay. I'm willing to believe Veronicas are herbs. Are they herbs? Veronica is the speedwell. No, that's not a herb, is it? No. Right, dictionary. You're coming back. Coming back into employment. Are Veronicas herbs? Veronicas. Any of several herbs and shrubs of the speedwell genus Veronica. It's also a movement of the cape in bullfighting. Alright, I'm happy with Veronicas being herbs. So, what number was that? 10 across. So, again, we're going to have to put multiple. Three of the cells are going to have to contain double letters by the look of it. And this seems to be a pattern throughout the crossword. So, one thing that would be nice if we found down clues containing 2 letters together that were in a cross clues, that would definitely be, but we don't know where the down clues have got to go yet, which is almost impossible. Oh my goodness, this is a slow burn before we're going to get anywhere. It's going to be a lot of like fooling around until. So help me with this one. Smuggled whole lot of things, breaking complex codes. It's got to be an anagram of codes, right? Around something meaning whole lot of things. Whole lot of things. Smuggled. So it's got to end with ED, right? Smuggled. I can't think of a word for smuggled. There is a word for smuggled, isn't there? There's a. Yeah, I don't know. Ah, smuggled. So 7 across ends with like an ED. Actually, there's only one. It's an 8-letter clue with 6 letters, so there are some. Smuggled. I feel like there's a word for smuggled. It's like on the tip of my brain. But I don't know what it is. Veronica's, I'm happy with that. Yes, I think that's right. Alright, fruit trees in lines releasing nitrogen when blue bottle intrudes. Now that's clearly LIES around something. With a blue bottle. What's a blue bottle though? Blue bottle flies. What do you have that might not mean smuggled? We might we might be able to ditch that word if we don't like it. It's that kind of crossword. There's lots of words in the puzzle that don't fit. It could be the whole lot of things. No, it could be a word for whole. Oh, it could be a word for whole, couldn't it? So I want it to be so called, but yeah, that's not really whole. A lot of things. Ton. 12 across. Functional range of fish over the sea. Poisson has functions, doesn't he? I mean, he's a mathematician. Fish over the sea are poissons. Could that be a functional range? Poisson's range? Poisson is certainly a fish. Poisson's distribution is a distribution that, as a limiting form of binomial distribution, is characterized by a small probability of a specific event occurring during observations over a continuous interval. I don't read math, so I don't know if that's a functional range, but could be, right? Poissons cosseted. Ooh. Set a whole lot of things. I like that a lot. That's more snuggled, isn't it, than smuggled, but maybe there's something going on. Cosseted means to pamper or fondle. I really like that. Let's put that in as a possibility. Look at this mess. It's amazing. Doesn't mean smuggled really, but it's good. 12 across functional range, so I want something like poissons. Well, this is delightful. And then Oscar can go somewhere. We've got Oscar going down and we don't know where. I don't think it can be there. But I don't know. Maybe it can. Did you say some clues have to have words removed? Yes. Okay, so let's have a look. Each clue to a normal entry contains an extra word that must be removed before solving. These words suggest the means of transmission. Yeah, don't worry about the means of transition. So, I feel like if the word is... Yes, a cosseted should not have a word removed because it doesn't fit in its cells. Think of any other words for smuggled. There's some weird words out there, aren't there? There are some weird words out there. Alright, 11 across. Fruit trees. We think that begins with L-I and ends with E-S. Maybe blue bottle in the middle. It's want it to be limes, but that's a bit short for a 9-letter answer. There's a lot of words that begin with L-I and end with E-S. Lychees, a bit short. Licorices, are those fruit trees? Probably not. Desperately looking for just something that'll get us onto the map of this. Limonite is not a fruit tree. Nor is limonene. Yeah, this is awful. I'm just getting like desperate for a word. Lingonberries. Yeah, we need a bit more. Can't be looking at words that begin with L-I and end with E-S. So how about this one? 15 down, 15 across. This looks like it's a normal length clue, so it should have a word removed. Maybe tell gambler's partner to discard 2 spades. It's got to be taking away SS out of something, right? But what is a gambler's partner? A partner could be a spouse. Take out 2 spades and you have a poo. That doesn't seem like a word. Partner. Well, we'll look up poo just in case it is a word, because you never know. Poo. I don't think poo is a word. Alas, 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 alas. Alright, maybe tell. Gambler's partner to discard 2 spades. You know, it could be maybe gambler's partner. Maybe tell partner to discard 2 spades. Gamblers, well. So when we remove words, it says these words suggest the means of transmission. I mean, we could work out exactly which clues are the wrong number of letters. Number 3 is. Number 9. Oh, number 9 is the right number of letters. Oh, these are the right number of letters. That's interesting. Does it really mean you have to remove a word from that clue there? And this one. Those 3 appear to fit where they belong. So it could be removing words from those 3 clues, but what would we get there? Plant, stone. Of course, it could be discard 2, discard just 1 spade, and 2 could be the supernumerary word. Ooh, tell me what 13 is. Small figure of tailless dog bearing earlier body art. What have you got there? Tailless dog. Oh, this is a collaborative statuette. Small figure. Oh, I love it. So you've got a setter. Yeah, a setter containing a tattoo, which is an old word for a tattoo. Very nice. Good spot. Small figure. Alright, it's looking really bad for my Oscar. Statuette. My goodness. Well, that's nice. So Oscar's got to go down somewhere near the bottom. It is the 4th clue from last. Appears to be Oscar, and of course it can once again. I don't see anywhere. I don't see any C's, for instance, right now, which doesn't bode well. It could be like O-S-C-A-R. No, it can't be R at the bottom because it's got to have a T in there at the very least. Now the second one could be an A and an R, for instance, and then yes. What if it was like that? Okay. So okay. So let's have a new color because why not? So we have P-O. We have the S of statuette here. We have a C somehow in here. And then the AR in transit matches up with the transit, so it has to be like that. Blimey, I think this is our first tranche of things that actually go roughly where they should be. Tattoo, yes, that's the name of the band, isn't it? All the Things She Said. Is that Tattoo? Alright, so 14 across. Might well have a C in it somewhere in the middle. So it's Switch Halves of Rule set in interwar style. Deco, right? Code. A rule set is a code. Interwar style is Art Deco. So we have a D and an E in here, but we don't know which way round. Crikey! Yeah, so we've got to have a down clue somewhere that is a little bit before Oscar, or it could be a lot before Oscar, depending on where it starts. It ends with P something D-E-T. It's not going to be D-E-D-T, right? Though of course there could be a bar. But supposing there was something that was P something, got to remember that we've got more letters of Poisson somewhere over there. Oh yeah, and there's also the N transited. It never ends. Okay, after Oscar we have old ladies perhaps entertaining posh speakers. Still don't know what that is. 6 letters for speakers. Posh has got to be you, right? Yeah. Well, we've made some progress. I feel like that is a real progress. It's all thanks to your statuette, Liari. Without you, I am literally nothing. Literally nothing. It's a sad thing to realise, but it's true. Alright, what about this one at the bottom? Join across base of telegraph, metal. It's got to be something across H. Metal. Join. Knit. Yeah, I can't think of a metal. Oh yeah, 16, yeah. Which one was 16? Oh, transited, yes. I really want join across base of telegraph to be iron, but it doesn't really mean that, does it? Join could be sew. Show doesn't mean metal, does it? Ever? S-H-E-W? Not to the best of my knowledge. Show. It's an archaic spelling of show. But it is not particularly metal. No, making that up. Join. Okay, solar disk suppressed when sun appears. That definitely comes after Oscar, so it must go somewhere over here. So it must end with one of the letters or 2 of the letters of transited. Solar disk. I mean, solar disk could be the answer, and then suppressed is like, and then take out an S from the word for suppressed. What is a solar disk? Suppressed. Oh, it's maddeningly just out of reach of my brain, all of it. Okay. Black eye after back in bat. Back, black eye. Something like thin. Ooh, yes. Let's see, where are we? Join across base of telegraph. Metal. Oh, I see what you mean. So we put metal around the base of telegraph. Join. Thin. What I don't like about that is that I do not see where it would go, given that transited has got some letters. It could not go down that far. But no, because then it would start in poissons. That doesn't seem right. I'm not sure about that. Old ladies, perhaps, entertaining posh speakers. Ah, what's the word for speakers? You want it to be old loos or old... Oh, entertaining posh. Could have a U in it. Maybe it's this one over here, like the SO or the OS. Because then it could have the U of statuette. Speakers. Yeah. It'd be lovely to see where this P something DE comes in, but it's very unlikely. Protozoan name assumes geologic period abruptly ended. So something like Permia with an N in it. Permina, is that a protozoan, a Permina? That's a real stab in the dark, isn't it? Oh look, we got raga, and raga could fit in with rehearsal and ligature. I mean, it could, couldn't it? Wouldn't that be beautiful if that was correct? So it could be like something like this. We need the R-A. Oh my goodness. G-A like that. You could have raga in there. And that would be fun because that would mean that it'd have to be something with H-E li or similar in it before raga. But what would that be? Ooh, got the old lady one. Give me a hint at the very least. Old ladies, perhaps entertaining posh speakers. Does it begin with SO or OS? Probably not if you don't know exactly where it goes. Come on, give us a hint. Go on, go on. You know you want to be a sport. Be a sport. Old ladies, perhaps entertaining posh. Speakers is the deaf, yes. Sayers, orators, olavs, oluavs. Is it speakers like people who say things, or speakers like hi-fi equipment? Old lady is a type of a certain thing. Old ladies. Dames. Old ladies. Tweeters and woofers. Well, sounds. That's not speakers. Something that says things. So not sayers. Speakers. Staters. It does have a U in it, I thought so. Speakers. Mums. Moo-moos. I really want it to be moo-moos, but I don't think it is. Old ladies. Mothers. Dams. Oh, no. No, we're going to need more hints. We're obtuse. We're obtuse. We're not astute today. If astute even does mean wide. Type of insect are old ladies. Are old ladies really a type of insect? Ladybugs? Ladybirds? Googling ladies now to demonstrate if ladies can be insects. I can scarcely believe such a thing. Can it be true? I mean, I've got ladybirds. See no evidence of this. Am I on the wrong track completely? Old ladies are insects. Okay. Okay. Ticks. Wasps. Bees. Mantises. Ticks are not insects. I don't know why I said that. It's awful. Alright. Maybe tell. Gambler's bunch. Discard 2 spades. Gambler. Gambler. Dicer. Poker player. The old lady of Threadneedle Street. Oh, we're so close to making some good progress at the bottom here. I'm being obtuse. Alright, join across basic telegraph. Metal. Join. No. Solar disk suppressed when sun disappears. You think that would have to end with the D maybe? Maybe it is the very last ever clue. Solar disk is the raw. No. Suppressed. Crushed. No. Suppressed. I think I just don't know about old ladies if old ladies are insects, but I like it. I like it. Plum bee. Plum bee. Maybe it's just a double definition, which is plum or plum, and we take out stone. Dead? No, that doesn't mean plum. Corona? What are we talking about now? Which one is Corona? Corona is not speakers. Yeah, I don't know what we're looking for. Where are you? Where am I? What's going on? Not Corona. Where are you finding Corona? Oh, solar disk, I see. Solar disk is Corona. Well, it's only 4 letters long, this one. Suppressed when sun disappears. Suppressed is... Suppressed. Crushed. Sunken. Sun... It could be the whole of sun disappearing, of course. Or raw. There could be some interesting words for sun disappearing from the word for suppressed. Oh, I don't have it. Alright, maybe tell or maybe gamblers. Or tell gamblers. I think tell or gamblers got to go. Maybe tell or maybe gamblers. Partner discarding 2 spades. Partner. Dicer? No. Maybe gambler. Partner. Before forecast, hours lost from the winter month. What are the winter months in Hebrew calendar? Is there an interesting word for that? Beginning with TE perhaps? Tebet, the 10th month of the Jewish ecclesiastical calendar. It's in January, February time. Perfect. Is it Tebet or Tevet though? Tibet or Tevet? 8 across. Alright, so it's Tebet or Tevet. Forecast. Is forecast bet or vet? I think it's bet. So, gotta go back to red because danger, don't know where any of these things go. It's something like this. Tebet. Well, this looks perfect. Alright, so what goes under raga? It could be something that begins with straw. Being exposed, one might run this government on gossip once given power. Corona. Right, well, it's good to get an extra letter in there. It's very vexing. It'd be so much easier if we had like one across because it'd be so much easier to get some of the early down clues. As it is, we do not know exactly where the down clues are. What about astute? So how about astute being here? Bye-bye use, you don't fit anywhere, but let's say we put astute like this. A S. And we've got the T and the U of ligature, we can do that. Except we can't. Is it ligature or ligature? So if it's ligature, we're doomed. Okay, no, it can't be that. No, I don't like that now, because then there's not enough more space for the rest of ligature. Forget all that. Bye-bye. Alright. What about down here? AS could be this. Oh, no. We were close. I don't think that works. It could be that raga is not right. Could be that astute is right. But TU, then the TE of cosseted, that would be quite lovely. AS of rehearsal. It can't be the AS of rehearsal unless raga is wrong. Which checking the comments there just to see if anything helpful has been said. And nothing. They're leaving me to stew. Alright, black eye after back in back, still nothing. Drove husband east behind ancient weapons point. Drove. Herded? No. Drove. Could end with HE. Is there a 5-letter word for drove that ends with like THE? Like a swathe? What is a drove? Couldn't really describe what a drove actually is. Ancient weapons point could be almost anything as well. I can't work out what a drove is, I've totally forgotten. Tithe, is that a drove? I can't really look at drove, I've forgotten what drove means. It's gone out of my head. Drove is a number of cattle, a crowd or horde. Oh wait a minute, the answer is just horde, isn't it? Because an ord is an old word for a point. So husband and east are separate, but together they make horde. You put the point in the middle between them. Alright, back in the game. And we don't know, obviously, again, where these go. Okay. One down. Nicked English wine. You think that would be like hot could be nicked and then English could be E, but then we're missing something, aren't we? Something like Rhone, Coach de Rhone. Nicked is an RHON though. Nicked. Shot, shoot. That's not really wine, I don't think. One inferior to Australian. Declared passé. One inferior to Australian. I mean, exploit. No, that's got to be the fourth clue. It's the fourth clue. Use cannot be there. It's got to be this way. It's got to be right of the bar there. Alright, black eye after back in back. Nicked English wine. No. I'm gonna check if spay is a type of wheat. Clutching at so many straws. It is not. Alright, there may be other countries, well there certainly are other countries that you can crop to get a plant or a wheat. But what I do not know. It's starting to look like the very germ of progress anyway. Plum or plum. What if raga was a whole one step further right? It may well be further to the right. And then maybe we could have astute. Maybe it could be like this. Let's try this instead. So, we got an H for rehearsal there. L for ligature. You never know. This might be right. I find it really hard to work out how to divide these cells. Make a lovely little pattern there, if that is what's going on. And then we could either have the TE, we could have the TE of cosseted down there. So, you know, potentially like this. No, no, it can't be like that, can it? This doesn't work. Let's just pretend it makes sense down here. I mean, wait a minute, maybe it could be like... Is there any way of making this work? The way I was thinking. So it could be like that. Yeah. Potentially. This is all just guessing though, isn't it? I'm sort of interested in this potential pattern that we're getting here. It'd be like this. It'd be just like a big stripe running through the middle. Alright, yeah. Okay, well, that's possible. Possibly something like this going on. Raga and astute. What's this word that looks like heist down there? I mean, it could be right. Rounded projection of lidless eyeballs, say. I really want this to be an OG. Now, what is an OG? OG is a moulding which is S-shaped. Is that a rounded projection? I don't know. Eyeball is ogle, which is also interesting. This is problematic. Measure of volume of sound from various directions. What the heck is a measure of volume of sound? Various directions, does it mean it contains N, S, E, W and no other letters? It could do. Senses, that's not really a measure of volume of sound. Symbol 1 being a note at end of echo. Symbol. And it's you've got the rounded projection one. It's nothing to do with Ogie, right? Lidless eyeball. Rounded projection. Say could be EG. Yeah, I mean, do feel free to chip in if you have ones. I'm not going very fast, as you can see. So there'll be viewers who'll be like, yeah, get a move on. This is an old listener. It's not a current prize puzzle or anything, so we're allowed to do whatever we want with it. I hope there'll be no legal repercussions from this. Shark's a great setter, so getting shark stuff out there is probably good. Earth with extermination of last of bird and fish. Oh, we're so close to having like enough to get clues from existing stuff, but get answers based on existing stuff. Globe. Yeah, you can give me the speakers if you want. Let's have a look. Rounded projection of lidless eyeballs. So, okay, that's good. Yeah, globe works. And we even have it in already. Oh my goodness. So there it is. You told me it was already in the board. Oh man. So that makes Tebet look really quite good as it is. Don't know why I didn't delete it, I just went over it in green, but you know, that works. Well done, Liari. I'm going to write Liari on this one so we know who got it. Liari! Everyone check out Liari's stream as well, very good crossword solver. Yeah, okay, go on, give me the speakers because you know, progress is probably better than just stewing vainly. I'm sad that Loeb doesn't appear to have given us any extra letters. So it does tell us that the next, it gives us some information about where the next clue might be. The measure of volume of sound from various directions. We want that to be like N-ness, but it isn't. Old ladies are moths? No way. Oh, and speakers could be mouths. Alright. Well, I wasn't going to get that based on any of the letters I had in there already. But if Oscar's in the right place, then where can mouths be? It must be right, mustn't it? It seems very good. So maybe that implies Oscar is not in the right place. Oh, well, statuette is wrong, isn't it? Oh, maybe poissons is wrong. Okay. If old ladies are moths. So we have statuettes. Something like this. And then we have it going this way. But Oscar comes before old lady, so it'd have to have. So poissons would have to be wrong. Don't think that's necessarily a big problem. And we'd have to have an O. Oh no, we could just have an O in here, right? No, it's got to be after Oscar. I'm tying myself up in knots here. Don't see how Oscar cannot start there, so this could be MO, and this could be an H. Are old ladies really moths? That's really good. And then we'll put the I in there somewhere. Old lady moths. Alright, so functional range of fish over the sea. Functional range. Well, I didn't really. Well, I like poissons, but it's not really right. So there's nothing between Oscar and moths. So we've got join across base of telegraph metal. And solar disc suppressed. Was it statuette or statuettes? It's statuette, isn't it? So we don't need all these letters here. So one of these letters is going to be doubled up, but not all of them. Solar disc suppressed when sun appears. Join across base of telegraph metal. It's got to have an H in it, doesn't it? What's 15 across? So 15 across, if that begins with H. Maybe tell gambler's partner to discard 2 spades. What's a gambler's partner that maybe begins with SH or H? So you could be main or med. Yeah. Functional range. Oh, blimey, it's hard. Gambler's partner. Stooge? Ah, who's a gambler's partner? You got a. Could you just be a partner there? Partner discarding spades or discarding 2 spades. Partner. There is an M in 12 across. Yes, it looks like it. Is it because you've got that one? Yeah, stuck on the rest. Okay. Fish over the sea. I want it to be poissons, but I had no real power to make that work. It'd be nice if this is all right. What before Oscar? Protozoan name assumes geographic period abruptly ended. Name assumes. I feel like the N would be in the middle. Geographic period abruptly ended. Earth with extermination of last of bird and fish. Seven-letter word for fish. Ooh. Where do we go next? Nicked English wine. What is nicked? Arrested. Stolen. Nicked. Five-letter word. English wine. Oh. I do not have any others. Yeah, no, okay. Me neither. Nicked. Nicked English wine. Nicked English wine. Four across. They stick out on board. I really want that to be an anagram of they stick, but I don't see it. Don't see it. Wheat. Country bean crop. It's not just corn, is it? Corn isn't the same as wheat. Teff. What other types of wheat are there? Country bean crop. Nation. Land. Samoa. Samoa wheat. Wouldn't that be nice? Samo is not a wheat. Darn it all. Alright. One inferior to Australian declared passé. Old hat. Gangs of New York's trash inferior to. We have to take out use. There's no reason to believe it would be there after all. Where is use? Okay, it's this one. Somewhere over here, and we don't know where, so it's got these letters. They're going to be somewhere around this area. Sign up Scottish comedian to Sky. Scottish comedian. Use. Oh no, characters needle by. Oh no, yeah, we haven't done this one yet. Characters needle by insults only superficially. I kind of wanted that to be like news or moose. But why is it only superficially? What does only superficially mean? In this case, how does that work? Very mysterious. In Perth, destroy. New ball, not getting caught. So a Scottish or Australian word for to destroy. Or new, of course. Ball, not getting caught. Ball without the letter C. This goes before raga. So it could be the RE of rehearsal. New ball, not getting caught. Re-bowl, re-kick. No. If it's a sporting ball, I'm doomed, of course, you know, me and my lack of sporting knowledge. It's half two. Oh no. If English wine is E-red, does that help? I don't think so. Because we need 5 letters, don't we? Nicked. English could be ENG, but that also doesn't really help. Functional range of fish over the sea. Functional range. Functional range. We need just another clue or two. What are these fruit trees? A blue bottle inside LIES. Quite possibly LIES. It could be other sorts of lines though, releasing nitrogen. Have to. Oh my goodness. Yes, you're staying up late. Well, we're not going to finish. So, you know, if you feel the need to, we could carry on at some other point. Plumb bee stone. I think we're taking out the word stone. Plant stone. Let's have another look at the rubric and see if that sparks anything again. Clues are in the normal order, yes. Down entries, numbers, and horizontal bars are not shown and should not be added. Diagonal lines, we'll be doing some of those. Taking one letter from each 2-letter cell row by row gives the start of a historic message whose next 2 words, a location, appear in rows of the grid. So like we could start looking at whether we have like things that make a message. It does look hard though because it could be any of 2 letters in each of these things. But for instance, if the last 4 were ATER, that would make sense. No, I think we don't have enough for that. Each clue to normal entry contains an extra word. We haven't really removed any words yet. We're not quite sure what we're doing there, so that's bad. These words suggest a means of transmission. Solvers must decode the grid according to that. Oh my goodness. We should be able to find at the end a location. Start of a transmission that also contains followed on with a location. And the location is in rows of the grid, so not columns of the grid, but in rows of the grid. Interesting. We probably don't have enough yet, but there's lots of curious features to this puzzle that are starting to reveal themselves slowly. Nicked. English wine. What are types of wine? I really like your E-red, but it's not enough, is there? Stole. One inferior to Australian declared passé. Passé. Another word for passé. Over and done with. Out. I don't know. Gangs of New York's trash inferior to bones. Why gangs of New York's trash? Do we have an extra word? Gangs of nutrients. What's inferior to bones? Sign up Scottish comedian to Sky. I don't think we have any of these letters, that's the problem. If we could get that, we could put it next to use and probably start finding things. Okay, after a student lobe, symbol, one being a note at end of echo. End of echo is O or E, could be echo. Symbol. What is this 8-letter word? Being exposed, one might run this. Government on gossip once, given power. Being exposed, one might run this. Note says don't put in the rows, but if we put in these things, it might help us see what's going on maybe. Like we still want a down clue that contains maybe the letters of Eistro, E-I-S-T-R-O. Seems unlikely, but you never know. Measure volume of sound from different directions. Symbol, one being a note at end of echo. Icon? Don't think so. Being exposed. E-I-N? I don't know. One might run this. Being exposed, one might run this. If you're naked, what might you run? A streak? I don't know. One might run a... Being exposed, one might run this. A naked race. Government on gossip once, given power. No, not really any progress. No. Trying to find one more clue to give us an extra push forward. Earth with extermination of last of bird and fish. Fish is so hard. There's so many fish out there. So, what's another word for earth? Ground? No. Den, like a fox's den. Protozoa. I'm gonna see if Permina is a word. Doesn't seem likely, but it is a 7-letter geological period. Permina is not a word. Okay, do we have any other geological periods that are 7 letters long? Cambrian, Devonian, Cretaceous, Silurian. They're all too long. Eocene, Pliocene, Neogene. No, I don't see any other. Miocene? Meikonin is a thing, but it's not actually a protozoan. Unfortunate. Run the gauntlet. Let's have a look. Being exposed, one might run this. Government on gossip once, given power. Yes, I like that. G on aunt. Aunt could be a gossip. And let is given the power to do something. Nice work. So where are we going to put that? How about down here? Is red gauntlet a place? No, it said it was in rows, not in a column. So what if we put gauntlet down here? Being exposed, one might run this. Is that a real thing? How does that work? Are you exposed when you run the gauntlet? I suppose you are. Like that. No, not like that. The opposite of that. Whatever the opposite of that is. No, I can't work this out. We need a T and an E. So yeah, okay. So T, E. Let's put an I there. Okay. Really setting the scene. Very nice. Run the gauntlet. Brilliant idea. Okay, Eocene. What was that about? We're looking at this. Protozoan name assumes geographic period. Maybe Eocene or something, but I don't know. Well, I love gauntlet. That's going to help us a lot. So we're thinking statuette like that, maybe something like that. 15 across. Maybe tell gambler's partner to discard 2 spades. And it's H something L something. We must be able to get this. We must be able to get this. So maybe tell, or maybe gambler's partner to discard 2 spades, or partner to discard spades. So we can remove a word from this clue for sure. Shill. Shill. So we take out 2 from shill, and we get a hill, which is a tell, like Tel Aviv, I think. All right. Good. Solar disk suppressed when sun disappears. Is there a 4-letter word for a solar disk that ends with ELD? I'm looking it up. I don't think there is, but it has to be somewhere towards the end, doesn't it? Okay. Suppressed when sun disappears. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. SETI? Is that a solar disk? ETI? So I really like some of this, but I don't know where solar disk suppressed when sun disappears is one of these. Alright. Oh, give me the join one. Go on. Go on. Go on. Give me a clue. Go on. You know you want to. Join across base of telegraph metal. Oh, weld, right? Is it? Join would be weld. Ah, join across base of metal. So, telegraph out. Oh, wed across. Ah, yeah, awesome stuff. Weld. Love it. Alright, so the solar disk is further down. So it's either something DET. Arton. Is Arton a solar disk? Suppressed is Saturn when sun disappeared. Alright, yeah. So we weren't quite right here, but we do have a whole bottom half. Aton as in Akhenaton. And maths works. Even though we have lost. So what is it? Functional range of fish over the sea. It's got to end with OM something N, or OM 2 letters N, or oh my goodness. Fish across the sea. Functional range. Codomain? What? Codomain. Codomain. Ah. That is a functional range. I'm willing to believe that. Oh no. It's going to have to be an AI here. Maybe like this, because this is how I like it best. And it works like that. It's not guaranteed to be correct. So the last three letters of the historic message must be D-E-R-A-T-E. E-R-E? It's hard to know exactly what we're looking for there. Oh, that's lovely though. Is 12 down cadet? I say 12 down. Come before Oscar. No, it isn't, because there is no 5-letter word there. It's a shame. Muscadet? That would be an 8-letter word. No, because it's to come after gauntlets. There is no 8-letter word. Never mind me. We can call it a day if you want and finish another time. We have been going for an hour and a half. Look who else has a TikTok. Oh my goodness, it's got some information. What's the charms one? Let's get some more progress done. Come on, everyone chip in. By which everyone I mean you, Liari. Which one is the charms one? Where is charms? Charms. I don't even see it. Oh, set text charms. Ooh, telesms. That's a beautiful word, isn't it? Where does that go then? That's a lovely word, telesms. That's a really good spot. So that goes before load, so it goes here, right? Something like that. So 11 across could end with ums. Oh well, okay. So trees, fruit trees in lines releasing nitrogen, so it's not actually L-I-E-S. Unless it begins with L-I-E, but that seems unlikely at this point. Fruit trees in lines releasing nitrogen when blue bottle. Oh, lines. Plenums, are those lines? I don't even know. So 9 across ends with GE. Plum stone, is that gauge? The gauge is a plum. And plum is to gauge, right. So let's put that one in. We can take out the stone. Like a green gauge is a plum, and if you gauge the depth of something, you're plumbing it. Although I would spell that with a U, but who knows? Telesms is brilliant. Measure a volume of sound from different directions. We've got this one here that looks a bit like Stroud or something, don't we? Symbol 1 being a note at the end of echo. Being exposed, we've got the gauntlet, so we know there's a few in between telesms and in between lobe and gauntlet. There is the measure of volume of sound from various directions, and symbol 1 being a note at the end of echo. So those have got to come. Could be istro, could begin istro. Gaskin. Red gauntlet, no. I really like STRO being something, or STOR. Oh, have you got a word for a black eye? There is a word for a black eye, isn't there? What is it? It's is it a bat? Is it a word for a bat? Black eye after back in bat. Definition is bat, but is it a vampire bat, a you know, flying bat, or is it a stick? What type of bats are there? Pipistrelles. Black eye after back, back. Black eye. Ah. Yeah, the animal. Okay. Fruit bats. Oh, I used to know my bats. So there's definitely pipistrelles. Types of bat. Shiner for a black eye? Don't know. I'm hitting Wikipedia for types of bat, because why not? But there's many bats. Horseshoe bats. Madagascar sucker-footed bats, sheath-tailed bats, bulldog bats, funnel-eared bats, vesper bats. What is it for black eye? Just tell us what the black eye is. Go on, you know you want to. There's so many different types of bats. Hang on, what am I thinking? Pipistrelle. I don't know if this, oh, come back. Go on, tell us what the black eye is then, I'll get the bat from there. Go on. Rear mouse? What? Oh yeah. R-E-R-E mouse was an old thing. Okay, back is... Yeah, mouse is a black eye. Yeah, I've heard that. That's an old word, but yeah, absolutely true. Something like that. We can have U's going down. So is the wine like Rhone or something like that? Nicked English wine. One inferior to Australian, declared passé. Sign up Scottish comedian to Sky. I really want it to be enroll. Why would that be enroll? Is Lauren a Scottish comedian? Or is Lauren? Tommy Lauren is a Scottish comedian, so it's got to be Lauren. Enroll. So like this. Oh, definitely going to have to call this a, you know, a two-part stream. I think people are probably be a bit sick of this stream already. But if we come back refreshed, might be good. Maybe it's my phone. Alright, let's suppose use is there. 3 across. Wheat planting country being cropped. That is something en something, a word for wheat or plant. God, I need to get new glasses really badly. I'll wear my contacts maybe. That probably wouldn't help. I need to wear contacts and then glasses to correct my contacts. It's hard getting old, your eyes go bad. Can't think of this country. Gangs will be mobs. Where are the gangs? Gangs of New York's trash inferior to bones. Yeah. BS underneath MO, which is a doctor. So the wheatgrass must be Benin. The country must be Benin. It must be Benny. That's got to be right, right? Oh, wait a minute, I haven't got the characters yet, have I? No! Oh no, I do. A few characters. Characters can be later on. Characters needle by insults only superficially. It's only 3 letters. Characters needle by insults. NBI, is that characters? That can't be right, can it? Is it bio? Is bio characters? Mobs is brilliant, well done there. Alright, bio. Short form of biography. That isn't really characters though, is it? I mean, it could be kick up the needle and then BIO, by insults only superficial. I don't know why that is characters at all, but it could possibly be correct. That can't be, can it? Because they stick out on board. Has got to be something that goes across there. 9 letters there. No, it can't be bio, can it? I don't think so. 4 across. They stick out on board. It could be ORS, of course, at the end. They stick out conductors on board. Oh, they stick out on board. Got use already there. Ah, nicked English wine. Oh, XIS. Characters by instance. Oh, X! Yes. That's much better. That's genius stuff. Well, maybe we could finish this with your your brilliance. They stick out on board. So something S-tors or S-ors. They stick out. Protruders. On board. Help me, dictionary. Investors? They don't stick out, do they? Imposters? Adjusters? No, I don't know. Love's eyes, well done, that's really good. We still don't know for sure if we've got rear mouse in the right place. Nicked English wine. That should be hot. I don't know. Attestors. So we still don't have nicked English wine. We still don't have one inferior to Australian declared passé. Is Benny wheat or a plant? We should check that up. Is that wheat? Benny is sesame seed. So it's not wheat, is it? That's plant. Really? So we take out wheat for this Benny one. So we have wheatstone. Oh, wheatstone. Now wheatstone is something to do with science, isn't it? Isn't it? Wheatstone to needle telegraph. What's a Wheatstone bridge? Is that a thing? I feel like I've heard of Wheatstone in the context of science. I'm googling Mr. Wheatstone because I think he's a scientist. Wheatstone bridge. Oh, are we building a map of a Wheatstone bridge? A Wheatstone bridge is an electrical circuit used to measure an unknown electrical resistance by balancing two legs of a bridge circuit. Crikey. Yeah, there is a diagram of a Wheatstone bridge in on the internet, of course. What's this fruit tree that ends with ums? Blue bottle. Blue bottle intrudes. Oh, so many things that could be. What is a blue bottle? Has anyone got a synonym for a blue bottle? I do not have an obvious one in my head. Fruit trees. Not a laburnum, that's not a fruit tree, I don't think. Blue bottle. Oh yeah, fly. Fruit trees in lines releasing nitrogen when blue bottle intrudes. It looks like it ends with ums. Lines releasing nitrogen. There's got to be a word for lines. Lines, lines, lines. Minus an N. There's so many words that could be there. Viburnums. Nah. Perineums. No, that's definitely not right. Musk plums. Yeah, I don't have enough to get this yet. A flower too. Blue bottle, perhaps cop. Yeah, copbums. Procopiums. I don't know. We're not quite close, aren't we? But still far. Alright, after lobe. So somewhere after lobe we have a measure of volume of sound from various directions. Should be STRO something, maybe. Measure of volume of sound from various directions. Don't know what that is. Symbol 1 being a note at the end of echo. Sign? No. So could be a word for symbol, 1 being A. So you take a word for symbol and turn the I into an A. I don't know what we get. So annoying. Estro. Alright, 4 across. They stick out on board. What can that be? There's not that much that can fit there. A 9-letter word ends with ORS. Got an S quite close to the end. They stick out on board. Is it investors? Could it be investors? I don't see how. Investors payout. Stick out doesn't mean that. Professors. One inferior to Australian declared passé. So A could be Australian. One inferior. A plus a word for declared passé, so a homophone of passé. One inferior though. Resistors almost looks good. Yes, well the theme is a Wheatstone bridge, so yes, one sticks out. They stick out on board. They stick out. Well, yeah. Let's try resistors. I don't know exactly where these things are going to go. They stick out on board. Yeah, circuit board. I mean, there are resistors on a circuit board. So what the heck? I mean, it could be English red. No, it can't be English reds, but something like that. Nicked English wine. Nicked English wine. 5 letters. It's either R-H-O-R-E. What can this be? And you have this other one. One inferior to Australian declared passé. Oh, it's another wine. It could be a red under A for Australian. Is aired an old word for declared? It probably is, isn't it? Aired, an old word for arid or ared is an old word for declare. So we're talking like Spencerian. So A-R-E-D. How do we get that in? I see how we get that in. Like this. A-R-E-D. Okay. So that's either R-O or where the heck? Okay, so we've got this one. Nicked English wine. Nicked English wine. We have everything we need. It's got to begin with R or E. The second letters are H-O or H or O-R. English erose. Erose is a word that means nicked, like eroded. Right. We got something here. Nope. Crikey. Wow. Alright, well we have the top half of the board, which is great. Thank you, all the help. So characters. In Perth, destroy new ball, not getting caught. This comes after Zeiss, but before Raga. So we're talking somewhere in the top, in the second to fourth rows that begins, and it's in Perth, destroy new ball, not getting caught. In Perth, destroy new ball, not getting caught. Yeah. In Perth, destroy new ball, not getting caught. What's a new ball? I mean, getting caught could mean it ends with CT. I don't know. Or getting caught. Getting C. Oh, what's a new ball? A redeal, a reserve, a reshoot. I feel like it should begin with a RE or ER. Or RER. Crikey. Measure of volume of sound from various directions comes after the lobe. It could be STRO. Either VE. Measure of volume. Measure of volume of sound from various directions. What is this? This is really vexing me. They're so easy once you see them at the end, but then they're so hard. Right, so we know this is Gauntlet. Earth with extermination of last of bird and fish. It comes after Gauntlet, and it is 7 letters long. Not many places that can actually fit. Earth with extermination of last bird and fish. Is it the one that ends with Cade? We don't have any leeway there. But 2 7-letter words. One of which is protozoan. They've got to come after Gauntlet. So there could be one that starts like here, going down. I don't see many places these guys can start. There could be one down here, though that looks very unlikely. 7 letters. Protozoa name assumes geologic period abruptly ended. I don't see. Well, I mean, it could end with ETII, but it seems very unlikely, doesn't it? I don't think there's anything that ends with ETII. That wouldn't make any sense. So we have a problem, which is that there doesn't seem to be enough space to fit in all that we need to fit. Earth with extermination of last of bird and fish. Earth extermination of last of bird and fish. Ecocide? Whoa, whoa. Ecocide could be the answer, but I don't see how that would be of last of. Why would that be ecocide? Earth with extermination of last of bird and fish would fit, which would be nice, but side. Yes, very nice. Earth with extermination. Crazy, crazy nonsense. I love it. So let's say that way around, maybe? We don't know for sure. 11 across begins with CO or OC. That's got to help. Fruit trees in lines. Columns. So columns releasing nitrogen with a blue bottle in the middle. So come on, we can do this. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Cocoa plums? Cocoa plums! Someone said cop, didn't they? It is a cocoa plum. Who knew? Cocoa plums. Yeah, what Teapot said. Always what Teapot said. So we've got almost everything now. So we can, yeah. There is one more clue, isn't there, at the very least? There's some down clues. So, measure a volume of sound from various directions. Is this a strood? Can that possibly be a strood? Surely not. Storod stereo? Doesn't fit there, does it? Veronica's is probably not in the correct place, is it? So it could be IC there and ON there. Could be ER there. Sterod? Sterod? Veronica's doesn't have to work like that. Stereo is a measure of the volume of sound. I don't know. Can codomain work differently than it does? I don't think so. Stereo. So how would stereo work then? Measure a volume of sound from various directions. We don't have that extra E though for it to be stereo. Do we? I really want it to be. What about protozoan? Name assumes geologic period abruptly ended. That's got to fit somewhere down there, lower down. Like where Veronica's, the A is definite. The S is definite. Everything else is up for grabs, right? So we've got 7 letters, so this could easily be an IC. Is there a protozoan with like ACIL, something like that? A clinic? Is that a word? Doesn't fit anyway. Free Tibet. Oh, steer plus O. Oh, Tibet. Oh, I didn't think about that. I put that in as a guaranteed. Nice, nice spot. So, for this to work, oh my goodness. What the heck? Okay. So I think we're talking ON and then IC in here. And there's going to be an ambiguity somewhere. So, after stereo, which is great, we've got symbol, one being a note at end of echo. It's a 5-letter word. Comes after stereo, so it could be segon. Is a symbol a segon? Segno, segno, segno. Symbol, a sign, one being a note, E, at end of echo. I think segno is a word, but we would need an E here. Right, we can do this, Alright, so we're going to change all this. So, nope. So we want S-E-G N-O, segno. Need the T-E of astute to work like this. And we have the D there. Alright. Blimey and crikey indeed. Okay, so there's nothing between segno and gossip. Gauntlet, we need that. So this is an ambiguity. We don't know which way around this goes, I don't think, but we will. We will, one day. Right, we never did this one. Nicked English wine. Oh no, we did here. It's a roast, that's fine, that's good. So we did that one. We did gangs and yachts, mobs, exploit is use and roll. Characters as eyes. In Perth, destroy. Okay. That comes before Raga. So it's probably this R-E something C-E-T. No. Darn it. 4 down. In Perth. Destroy new ball. Not getting caught. We know stereo is done with. It's got to be from the R of resistors down, does it not? Or can Perth destroy, or the R under that? Is it ER something CTE? ER something CET? Oh, the desperation, this desperation phase. So Perth can of course be Scotland, so that might help us. 1 down. In Perth, destroy new ball, not getting caught. Not getting caught. Oh, wait a minute. It's just T, isn't it there? It's just T. The BE of lobe comes from that. Oh my goodness. We're back in it. We're back in it. Okay, so in Perth, destroy. Something like reject. RE something something CT. New ball not getting caught. It's not reject, is it? Not relict. Not reluct. Darn it. trouble with this, as you can tell. Yeah, in Perth destroy. New ball, not getting caught. It's somewhere in the first column down. So it could be a 6-letter word ending with CTE. That seems unlikely. Stack D. That's a sweet smelling spice from the Bible. It doesn't work. Or it could be a 4-letter word ending with CT. Then you have to begin with ER. Sorry, a 6-letter word ending with CT. You'd have to begin with ER or RE. RE seems more likely. So supposing it is RE something something CT. New ball not getting caught. What's a new ball? A repot? A rebat? New ball. Re-hit? New ball. What's a new ball? A repot? Reset? Is a reset a new ball? Reset is a thing. It's cut away part of a bone. It's not in Perth. Destroy, is it? Well, we have enough. Well, do we have enough? There's one more clue at the bottom, wasn't there? What was there? Protozoan. Name assumes geologic period. Did we ever do that one? I don't think we did. We can get that one, we'll be alright. Yeah. Protozoan. It must be this line here with Veronicas. Ciliate? Ciliate is probably protozoan, is that right? Is that correct? Ciliate? That doesn't sound like protozoan. Ooh, ciliate. Other relating to ciliata, a subclass of protozoa. Why is that right? Name assumes geologic period abruptly ended. Yeah, resect, but how does that mean in Perth destroy? Anyone Scottish here? Or Australian? Damn you, Perth, for being in two places with unusual vocabulary. It makes everything a lot harder. Okay, so if this is ciliate, what was this? Cocoa plums. There we go. Sill. No. God, this is work and a half. Alright, we've got almost everything now. So let's go back and work something else out. Alright, taking one letter from each 2-letter cell row by row gives the start of a historic message whose next 2 words or location appear in rows of the grid. So let's have a look. So need rear mass and mobs to go in the correct order. So nah. So we need mass use and use to go in the correct order. So yeah. So I keep saying so. I don't know why I keep saying so. So we've got A or R. Taking one in each 2-letter cell row by row. We've got A or R. If you can see a message here, start shouting out. Yeah, we'll finish this, or we'll do it tomorrow if everyone decides that it's too much, which I can understand. R-O-D-E, a murder as a, it could be a murder, couldn't it? A murder. A murderer's What if it's a murderer's? A historic message. Oh, I don't like my hair today. I really wanted to begin a murderer's. I don't know if I can justify that. Okay. Presumably there's going to be another thing here if it is reset. It could be reset. A murderer's sati. TU maybe, SETE, BETE, RENOCI. What is this historic message? COMSMOTHER. AIATUTET. A murder has been committed, something like that. Looks like committed, doesn't it? If that's committed, I see committed there, right? Committed at, a murder has been committed at, something like that. A murder because it's called Manhunt. A murderer committed at, where has the murder been committed? I really want to solve this crime, I'll tell you that. Okay, a murder something, or probably a murderer. Murderers. Gusty. Rogue. Okay, been committed. I see been committed. A murder. Oh, we're so close, haven't we? Has just been committed. Murder. I don't see just though. Is raga wrong? If this was reject. What if that was reject? So hang on. What if we do this? Change this to R, then this is EH. A murder has just been committed at somewhere. But Raga is wrong then. What's going on with Raga? Slate American Indian music. It should be Raga. Oh dear. Is there anyone else? Raga can be, no, Raga can't be down there. Is that reject? In Perth destroy, new ball not getting caught. Oh, but we don't have the E now. Ah, this doesn't work. A murder has just been, it's got to be a murder has just been committed. Yeah. Should you say anything you have to say? A murder has, there's something wrong, right? And I've just made a silly mistake. We need to have a J in there. It might not be reject, of course. We still don't know. That's the one thing we don't know how to do. In Perth destroy, new ball not getting caught. New ball not getting caught. Is a reject a ball not getting caught? If you know, sing out reject. A murder has just been committed at where was the murder? It should be somewhere in the grid, of course. Is it Salt Hill? A murder has just been committed at Salt Hill Telegraph Cottage. And a suspected murderer. So is Salt Hill in the puzzle? Well, look, here it is. There's Hill. Where's Salt? There's Salt. Alright, well, something is going on here. We've still got one clue down there that doesn't quite work, but a murder has just been committed at Salt Hill. So now we need to find out who the murderer is. Means of transmission. Wheatstone to Needle Telegraph. What? Are there any other words? Hang on. So RE there, we have H. Okay. No. Ah. Still not quite there. The word you're looking for is gust. Where's gust? Which one is it? Oh. Gust. Murder has gust been committed? Oh yeah, there's a G. Yeah, you're right. Murder has gust been committed? I don't know. Right, anyway, solvers must decode the grid according to the means of transmission, deriving one letter from each row and entering it on the column of the right to show part of the quarry's description. Finally, a letter must be changed, making a real word so that the triangular group of one-letter cells contain the jumbled letters of the culprit's name. Alright, well, who killed this woman at Salt Hill? For the murder of Sarah Hart, 1845. Oh, come on. The man in a Quaker hat. Oh. John Towell was apparently the suspected murderer. The Quaker poisoner. He was the first person to be arrested as a result of telecommunications technology. Returning to England, he married a Quaker lady as his second wife. He confessed to the murder of his mistress Sarah Hart by prussic acid, his motive being a dread of their relations becoming known. He was in the garb of a Quaker with a brown coat on which reaches nearly to his feet. So, his name is Towell. We need a triangle which contains his name. So that is part of the quarry's description. In the garb of a Quaker. Could be the answer. I like garb of a Quaker, but how would we get the means of transmission? Each clue to an... Solvers must decode the grid according to that. We've got Wheatstone, two-needle telegraph. Oh! Wheatstone two-needle telegraph is the... Oh! The two-needle telegraph emitted the letter J. Oh! So, what does that mean for us? Wow! A murder has just been committed at Salt Hill. Okay. I was so confused. I was like, it's gotta be a J in there. Well, thank you for disambiguating that. A murder has just been committed. Well, we still don't know what. We still don't know what this clue in Perth destroy new ball not getting caught is, but we'll work that out at the end. Hence the misspellings of Justin Quaker. So garb of a Quaker with a... It's got to be garb of a Quaker, Dan, but how would we get that from the Wheatstone two-needle telegraph? Oh, what's this? The Cook and Wheatstone telegraph consisted of a number of magnetic needles which could be made to turn a short distance either clockwise or anti-clockwise by electromagnetic induction from an energizing winding. So we've made some kind of crazy Wheatstone diagram. 5-needle telegraph receiving the letter G. Does it depend which way the needles are pointed? We've got a lot of needles here. Okay, so Wheatstone two-needle telegraph is the means of substitution. Solvers must decode the grid according to a Wheatstone two-needle telegraph. How do we decode this? Yeah, I still don't understand how we decode. Deriving one letter from each row. So in the first row we have 3 needles pointing right. How would that turn into a letter on a Wheatstone, Cook and Wheatstone two-needle telegraph? Or left, left, left. Oh, maybe if you could keep going left. Okay. We go left and down, left and down, left and down from A. So we get to H. Second one. No, I don't really understand. I feel like we have to follow the direction of the needles somehow, but how would that work? The direction of movement was determined by the direction of current. When two needles were energized, they would point to a specific letter. Ah! So we've got three needles all pointing right, okay, right and up in the first row. We've got zoom in there. We've got this ARMOUS. So how does that turn into a letter? Why would that be a G? I really want it to be garb of a Quaker, but I'm just cheating because that's no way to do it. Sorry, I'm looking at a picture of the Wheatstone Telegraph, but I don't really understand how. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, in a two-needle telegraph, it's on Wikipedia. If you look up Cook and Wheatstone Telegraph on Wikipedia, if you have three needles pointing in a southwest to northeast direction, that is a G. Second one, you have two needles pointing downwards, that is an A. Third one, two needles pointing downwards, but they're far away from each other, so that is an R. Fourth one, you have one pointing one direction, one in another. I really want that to be a B. Come on, be a B, be a B. Doesn't look like a B. It might be though. I'm going to say this is garb of a Quaker because I think garb checks out. Yeah, so all of these rows contain the needle position required to create these letters in a two-needle telegraph. And so I think we end up with garb of a Quaker. Right, and okay, a letter must be changed, making a real word to show that a triangular group of one-letter cells contains the jumbled six letters of the culprit's names. The culprit was Tawel, so we should be able to do this. We need T-A-W-E-L-L, or most of those letters. I mean, it's here, isn't it? Tawel. Would we change Salt Hill to Salt Hall? Why would we do that? That's now a triangle, right? Salt Hill to Salt Hall. Is Salt Hall something? Okay, I mean, I don't know why Salt Hill becomes Salt Hole, but that's what we need to do to make a triangle containing the words of Tawel. So the only thing left, I believe, assuming that I have done a shortcut and just assumed that this is garb of a Quaker at the end of this manhunt, the only thing left is we still don't really know what is in Perth destroy new bowl, not getting caught. Oh, but it's only a 5-letter word. Why was I trying to get a 6-letter word for the longest time? So it is R. Oh, come on. I really want to just, for completeness' sake, get this. Oh! Well, you have to do that to get towel out of, because we found the guy at the end of our manhunt. But why can't we get this last one? In Perth destroy, new ball not getting caught. The 7 across definitely cosseted. I suppose it must be. Smuggled. We never did like smuggled for cosseted particularly. Oh yeah, smuggle means to fondle or cuddle, so it could be cosseted. Well, it's Perth is, yeah, it's either Scottish or Perth destroy. It's either Scottish or... It doesn't seem like we have any opportunity for double letters, so we could remove a word. Ah. So annoying that we're really close, but yeah, is this not in the last clue answer is in the Oxford Dictionary of English? I don't think it means that this clue is not in Collins or Chambers, sorry. Is it somewhere else than in that row? It must be in that row because we don't have that letter. Why do we have an E down there? Ecocide, right. Oh yeah, so ecocide, hang on, so it doesn't contain that E, definitely not. So, it might not even, it must be there though. Maybe it's not resistors, they stick. Is it like desistors? Destroy. It's not a bract. Not erect, I hope. They stick, is that insisters maybe? They stick out on board. Could it be insisters? No, I don't think so. What is this? Alright, well, how about we call it a day? I'm going to go away and it's been 2.5 hours. I'm going to go away and work out what the answer is. I will report back tomorrow because, yeah, we're going to find out. And I will, yeah, I'm going to check all the needle positions and guarantee that we've got the correct reading of this Wheatstone 2 needle telegraph. Amazing crossword. Alright, well, thank you all for tuning in. Yeah, that was a long one. But we did pretty much solve this puzzle. I will give a post-mortem tomorrow and make sure that we iron out any last wrinkles that are remaining, any question marks hanging over this puzzle. Yes, thank you. It was really fun to do such a long stream. And yeah, listeners, woof, they can be really hard, but really good. Thank you, Shark, for the entertainment. And yeah, see all the rest of you another time.